it's a whole different perspective. You know what I mean? So I'm really happy that they're doing that, and I hope to hear more about that. You know, we'll keep y'all updated on that as well. So.
Okay. There was another documentary you said that you watched, Bodied.
Bodied, yes. So we talked about this back over the summer when Eminem first dropped the Kamikaze album. Right after that, he introduced us to the idea of the Bodied movie. It's basically kind of an 8 Mile type movie where it's all about battle rapping, but they went into battle rapping a little heavier. It wasn't as much about the character's backstory, you know what I mean? It was similar, but not really similar. So it's a young white dude. He's kind of preppy and basically corny and not really knowing nothing about the street life. But he wants to do his thesis for college on rap battling and the use of the N-word in rap battling. So he goes around to rap battles and he kind of starts to like it. You know, he's interviewing people who's been in the battles and asking them. He starts to admire them, and he basically starts to pick up his own bars as he goes along. You know, you can't be around rap for so long without trying to spit a few bars yourself.
Man,
you know what I mean?
We know we try to do that every week.
You know, yeah, so that was dope, and so he eventually gets pulled in, but his girlfriend, she's still got this uppity attitude, and you know, we're too intellectual for that. You don't put yourself in that position. She rides with him just a little bit, like, okay, I'm gonna try to support, but I'm not really gonna support this. And in the end, he basically becomes this really big, good battle rapper that, you know, is just like Eminem type, you know, juggernaut with the bars. So it's really good. And they kind of leave it open for a sequel. So we may see another one to that. But basically, it started out, it was supposed to be like a Netflix project, I believe. And then YouTube bought it and made it one of their YouTube Red originals. So it's basically, it's on YouTube, but it's only if you have YouTube Premium, the Red edition. So you can see it on there. But I found a copy of it on my Fire Stick. And yeah. So
.org version.
Yeah. But it was you know, it was a clean copy. It was like crystal clear, digital, all that. So it wasn't like no bootleg, you know what I mean? But it, you know, obviously it wasn't like, you know, legit as far as who put it up there.
Yeah.
But it was good, man. I will recommend that to anybody, you know, anybody who's into hip hop, you would like it. So, but
and let me interject. You said there was a little preppy girl in the movie.
Yeah.
And saying like, you know, she didn't say that we were too intellectual for hip hop.
Yeah.
But my thing of it is, even to me, it sounds like a racist connotation.
It was a lot of that. It was because they were accusing each other of being racist all through the movie.
But the thing of it is, especially like if you listen to rock music is black music.
Yeah. So
either way, it's still, you know what I'm saying, it's still intellectuals.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's still, you can't really say, oh, well, you know, it's one's over the other.
Right.
Because it's still black, it still came from black people.
Yeah. And hip hop is very intellectual. It just doesn't come across that way. But the dude that stars in the movie, he was able to kind of communicate that. He was like, you know, he was showing how, if you think about it, he was showing like how bars, you know, took a lot of intellectual creativity and all this type of stuff, and how they were pretty much Shakespearean almost, you know what I mean, to be able to come up with some of these lines. And so it really does come across, you know, that's an argument in the movie whether, you know, hip-hop is considered intellectual or is it just stereotypical banter, you know what I mean? So,
well, the thing of it is, I mean, you know, like I was talking to you before we got on camera, R.A. the Rugged Man, he was like, he talked to Vlad TV.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, you know, some of these great lyricists of, you know, like, you know, Bob Dylan and, you know, Pink Floyd and all these people.
Right.
He's like, man, Kool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane bodied them lyrically. Mm-hmm. Like, lyrics, like, they bodied them. Like,
yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? As far as, and that R.A. the Rugged, you know what I'm saying? He a white dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for him to say that, you know what I'm saying,
man.
this kind of speaks highly of the craft.
Yeah, man.
You know,
it takes a lot to be able to do what they do because, when you think about singing versus rapping, singing, the beauty behind singing is, you know, you don't have to have that many words. You just have to know how to deliver them in such a beautiful way. But with rap, you gotta come with word after word after, and you know you gotta have that breath control. You gotta have the wittiness. It's a lot, man.
It's definitely a lot more work than you think it is. It's definitely not just talking.
Yeah.
And you know, with singing, it's a lot of breath control too.
It is.
And also with that too. To be fair, you know, you have the melodies, and then on top of that, you have to, you know, sometimes you can play on people how you stretch the vowels or stretch the words. But hip hop kind of does that too. You know, sometimes some words don't rhyme, but the way they stretch it out, they can make it rhyme. You know, Eminem is fantastic with that. Right. I have to give him props on that. You know, a couple other MCs, Jay-Z, they ill with that. You know, it's really something that can't be taught. You know what I'm saying? So, but
but it's really a good movie. I think everybody should check that out. You know, it's if you like hip hop, you're gonna like that movie. So, and you know, they had some real battle rappers in there from the real scene. So, you know, it's definitely worth seeing.
Yeah, I've actually seen, like, I think when I heard, what is it? I heard on Shea 45 going back, like it was, I'm trying to think of the guy's name, but he was a battle rapper, like actually in the scene of battle rapping, and he was actually explaining the movie Bodied. So
yeah, because I had forgot about it until recently, and I was like, wait a minute, whatever happened to that movie? And then I looked it up, and you know, apparently it did get released. It got released back in November, and you know, it's gotten good reviews online. If you look it up, it's gotten some really good reviews. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and take a look while I got a day off. You know what I mean? So it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. So,
well, let's go into the next topic. So this. I guess was it this weekend or last weekend? I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Corey Holcomb podcast. I think it's 5815. I believe that's the name of the podcast.
Something like that. 5185 or 5. Something starting with 5.
Man, well, they were talking about predators, sexual predators. Well, predators in general.
Yeah.
And he's like, the real predators in the community. R. Kelly, he was like, yeah, R. Kelly, he needs to do this, that, and the third too. He needs to go to jail. But the real predator just like, well, actually, he was saying, like, I ain't gonna say no names, but he was polite about it. I thought that shit was funny. He was polite about it.
Yeah.
But he was talking about polite, which I didn't really follow him too much.
Yeah.
I listened to a couple
I've seen
things.
a few of his videos.
Yeah, but
I don't follow him strictly. You know?
Yeah, I didn't really follow him, and he called out Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
And I kind of called out Boyce Watkins, you know, a little bit. And I'm trying to think who else they called out. But they were talking about basically all these conscious community cats. They coming out here and they're pretty much doing basically what the preachers are doing.
Right.
And which is taking the money and, you know, running with it. And, you know, they're talking about, you know, they're doing these private jets and they're doing the, you know, riding on elephants and, you know, paying for white strippers and things like that. But they're supposed to be pro-black, you know, things of that nature. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I do think sometimes they do live a little too lavishly. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, I guess I try not to get too deep into it where I'm like, you need to spend your money this way, you need to do it that way. Because honestly, it's their business. But all I can speak of is, you know, for me, I would do it a little bit differently. You know what I mean? So, and, you know, I didn't even realize that he was throwing Dr. Boyce Watkins in there. But I did catch him talking about Umar and Brother Polite. Because he was basically like, you know, they talking about building schools and they not really doing it. You know what I mean? Taking your money and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because they said it's been over 10 years. My thing of it is too is that, you know, to really think about it, you know, LeBron James didn't ask for money.
Right.
Out of no, I mean, of course, at the same time, he's an NBA athlete, NBA player athlete.
He's got a lot more money.
Yeah, so he got a little bit more to throw around than Umar Johnson. Yeah. We can honestly say that. You know, as far, you know, but it's, you know, he didn't say nothing, and all of a sudden, bam, he opens a school in Arkin, which was, you know, that's a beautiful thing. And, you know, it's definitely a great thing, you know, especially a black man doing that and, you know, doing it for everybody. Like, that's one thing about us, man. Like, we try to do shit for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Black, you know, every other race is like, nah, you can't get in. You can't get in. Right. We be like, you know, shit, hey, if you eating, I'm eating, you eating. Let everybody come in.
That's it.
That's what God does. I'm just saying.
You know.
That's what God does.
Yeah. So
we kind of operate like that.
Yeah.
I'm throwing you something.
You know, so.
But anyway, what I am saying, dude, is this. It's just like I feel at the same time, like I feel that Corey Holcomb is kind of like on something, man. Like as far as like them, you know, people up there taking, you know what I'm saying, you taking stuff from these people that work hard, and then on top of that, like you're basically doing the same thing that you call the so-called Christian evangelical pastors that they've been doing, you know, like, oh, y'all just taking the money and y'all just doing this and, you know, and like, you know, Jesus is the only thing that, you know, only person getting things done. But dang, like, what are y'all doing though? You know, and it should be some accountability, you know. And, you know, me personally, I had never gave money to none of these people. Only person I could honestly say that I kind of supported in the conscious community is Professor Griff. You know, if you consider him conscious or not, but you know, I bought one of his books. You know, he had a lecture back, I think years ago, back in Greensboro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I bought one of his books. But other than that, like, you know, I don't think I gave Umar. I definitely didn't give Umar money. I haven't gave Polite money. You know, Boyce Watkins, I would probably give him a little bit more money, give him money more than Umar. But, you know, again, like I said, you kind of got to show what you're doing now. Especially now, people can research and everything now. So, and that's what you kind of need to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, you got to do your research and figure out who you can trust. And, you know, I kind of feel the same way. You know what I mean? Now, Brother Polite, he makes some points, but a lot of his stuff I do disagree with, his views, because he's only going from his perspective. So you got to respect that. It's his opinion, his perspective. Same with all of them. Umar Johnson, you know, Boyce Watkins, you know, but I do tend to listen a little more to either Umar or Boyce Watkins, but none of them are perfect, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
None of them are going to be perfect, so I just try to extract what I can from any of them, man. But Brother Polite, I disagree with him more than I agree. There are some times when I'm like, okay, I feel you on that, I agree. But then he'll go left, and I'm like, I don't agree with that. So, but I kind of leave him alone. But yeah, he's cool too, you know what I mean? But Professor Griff, I think he's real good. He speaks the facts. You know, he just has such a militant way of thinking that it intimidates people. You know what I mean? So sometimes people are like, I can't mess with him. He's too militant for me. But he just about his business. You know, he just believes this is it. One way, it's just black or white, either this or that.
Professor Griff, man, if you listen and follow us, which I know you don't, but if you do, you ever stumble across this video, man, we'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah,
Real talk and chop it up.
Yeah,
we'd love to have you.
Love to have Professor Griff, man. Get that opinion. You know, you never know. It might happen one day. You know what I mean? So we'll see. You know, you might see his name coming across the screen right here. You know what I mean? Griff. And Triad Hip Hop Podcast.
Welcome to the Turtles.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, we'll see. You know, but I do like all of them. You know what I mean? I respect all of them. I don't really try to say, you know, I can't rock with such and such because he said this. just try to listen to every little thing they say and extract whatever I can.
Yeah, they do have good points. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say that they don't have knowledge or anything like that, or even with, Umar Johnson with the credentials, like the psychology and all that stuff. I'm not going to sit up there and say, like, nah, they don't have that and all that. But at the same time, like, I do feel like, just like they want, the pastors and stuff to be accountable for their money, they're going to have to be accountable for their money as well. Especially if you're telling and asking the people to donate and you're not seeing fruit of their, any fruit for their fruition or their labor. If you want to do this school, I definitely would like to see it. You know what I'm saying? But, because that would be great. That would be great for us, as a people. But the thing of it is, I will say this, as far as them preaching about, black, Afro-ecocentric and stuff, and that, this black and white, not that they, it's like the main focus, but not like they do that all the time. But the thing of it is, what we need to start tackling as a people is classism.
Yeah.
Classism is the real big thing that's going on. Besides, racism is a tool of classism, and they use racism to divide.
Yeah.
But it's always been about classism.
It really is.
It's always been about classism.
You're right about that.
And they really need to. That's what they really need to focus on.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're right though, man. It's always been a bigger picture with classism that a lot of people don't realize, because what it really comes down to is money. You know what I mean? Money is dividing the classes around here. So the people who control the most money, they look down on people who have less money. And so they look at you like kind of like sheep, you just, and some of us are, but still, they don't really care about your color when it comes to money. You know what I mean? Because you can be, somebody poor from the black neighborhood, or you can be poor white trash or whatever. You know what I mean? It can be anybody, but when you don't really match up to their level of money class and all of that thinking class, they look at you different. You know what I mean? So that's really the highest form of ism there is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, that's I can't mess with that, man. I look at everybody the same. You know what I mean? Now, if I become a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, we all gonna eat. You know what I mean? So that's all it is to it. But see, the people at the top, they're so interested in, I gotta keep my money. I ain't got time to be investing back in no communities and all of that. Then I'm not wealthy anymore. Whatever.
It's like, damn, you can't even, the money that you get, that you pretty much can't spend it in your lifetime.
Right. Exactly. That's it.
Even if you get on crack.
Right.
Can't even spend it fast enough.
Right. Man. But yeah, man. We really appreciate y'all checking us out. Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We doing this in the building. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube coming soon. And we're gonna be on all other social medias pretty soon. You know what I mean? So give us some time. We growing. Like I said, pretty soon you're gonna see this real big thing with us happening.
Get crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Real quick, because we're gonna have to wrap this up. But real quick, I just want to revisit. There was a rumor at the beginning of this year, or the end of the last year, was we were talking about J. Cole and Kendrick doing an album together.
Yeah.
We kind of want to revisit that. I don't know if they, if they're, like you were saying, if they still got it on the wraps or not speaking a bunch about it. But if this happens, man, I would really like to see like some good features working with them, man, or whatnot, like some good features on the album. So in the comments, or whenever you get a chance, tell us like what features who you like to see like working with J. Cole and Kendrick.
Yeah, man. If they do this collaboration album, that would be so dope within itself. But I know one thing I would love is to hear some Primo beats on there. You get some Primo beats. As far as beats, Ninth Wonder
Ninth Wonder would be great. I would like to, now as far as like MCs go, I would definitely like to see Rhapsody.
Rhapsody, yes. Man.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
And Bobby Sessions, man. Have you heard of Bobby Sessions? Man, like he pretty much kind of like in that Kendrick lane, but he kind of got his own style though. Bobby Sessions, man, is kind of growing on me, man. I like to see them, get in the booth and have like a feature with him.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for him.
And I'm trying to think who else. I would like to see. I also like to see. What's my Drake. I would definitely like to see Drake, and even though I think they do got some beef and stuff, I would like to see them, do that, and it'd be called the Big Three because it's like that's pretty much the ones that's holding it down for this generation.
I agree. That would be.
Fonte, yes, sir.
Fonte,
that would be great.
Yep. LZ
High.
Yep, that would be dope.
Nick Grant, honestly, I would like to see Nick Grant.
What's your boy, the new dude, Toby Nguiwe or something like that? He got the weird kind of African name. That dude is dope, man. He would be dope. That would be love just to see him on there, man.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, so he was in the Cypher this past Cypher, and then I shared a couple of his freestyles on the Triad page in the past. But yeah, I'll try to find some more because he's good. He's doing. I think I compared him to Andre 3000. Yeah, so he's dope, man. He got bars.
Yeah, I would like to see Big Crit on there.
Yeah.
Big Crit would be great.
Big Crit, yep. So yeah, man, all of them, man. That would be dope, man. If they just can get that album going, man, that would be. I think that would sell like hotcakes.
So man. if y'all listen to this, Kendrick and J. Cole, we'll give you some ideas of some people that you might need to talk to.
Exactly, especially you, Cole. We right here near your hometown. We near Fayetteville. Come on, man.
Matter of fact, we finna pull up. Well, nah, we ain't pulling up in no Fayetteville.
Right.
We ain't
that crazy.
Up. But nigga might drive by, we ain't gonna pull up.
I think he still lives there. I think. I don't know, but I think he does because he's one of those guys who doesn't try to go too far away from home. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if he still lived there. But if you ever look at this, J. Cole, make that happen, man. This year, next year, but before you pass, you need to make that happen.
Yeah, because that'll definitely be good for, not only just, hip hop fans, it'll definitely be good for like, you guys' generation that y'all trying to bring up. So it'll definitely be good for that.
Alchemist.
Alchemist would have been great.
Yeah, man.
Would be great.
Yeah, that would be dope.
And I think they could do an Alchemist beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Swiss Beats still throwing down some good beats, so he would be good for production. Throw Nas on there. J. Cole and Nas got a good connection, and I know Nas, I'm sure he loves Kendrick.
Q-Tip.
So, Q-Tip.
Q-Tip.
Yeah, man.
I can see that.
Yeah. Q-Tip is a great producer, so he could throw a beat on there. I don't know if he would rap, but
nah.
But he would be good for a beat, you know what I mean? Yeah. So but yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, we ain't gonna hold y'all. We got to get ready to wrap it up. Yeah. We got some other things to attend to. Yeah. But we'll do this again next Monday. We're gonna try to avoid Sundays until football season kind of dies down a little
Super
bit.
Bowl. Who y'all got for the Super Bowl? If you say Brady, I'm coming over to the house and beat your ass. Nah.
I mean, them dudes, man, they just need to get out the way, let somebody else have it.
Like my man, I listened to Gary Owen podcast a little bit yesterday. Man, Brady's going to 9 Super Bowls.
Wow.
And won 6.
That's crazy.
Went to 9.
6 out of 9 is great.
That's not bad.
Can't really beat that.
My prediction is I'm rooting for the Rams, but I don't really think they'll beat them.
You don't think they're going to do it?
Well, the team that could have beat them the team that would have beat them, they beat. And it was the Chiefs. Yeah. So what I wanted to see was a rematch of the Chiefs and Rams again. That would have been great. That's what I wanted to see because they were like the dominant team. Yeah. But that's one thing I can say about football. This season, like all the top teams, even though like New England, they weren't really like top teams. Yeah. But you can't really count them out neither. But all the top teams went where they needed to go, and that's actually pretty cool. Yeah. So I have to give it to them on that.
Well, I don't really keep up with it as much. I'm not as big of a football fan as the rest of y'all, but I still support the home team, the Giants. I know y'all ain't there, but I'm gonna support y'all.
Oh yeah, that is your home team.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm anybody but Patriots, really.
Yeah. I mean, but if they was in there, I'd be going for the Giants. But yeah. I think that was pretty much it, man. That was our show for the day, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Just tune in for us next week. We appreciate y'all, coming up in here. And, yeah. Well, we'll talk about that next week, Reg.
The Saints.
Well, yeah, that one play. Yeah, but when I looked at it,
yeah. That was messed up, man. Yeah. How that happened, but yeah, you can't even if you're not a football fan, you couldn't help but see that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but either way, man, we're gonna catch y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your boy Kurt,
and I'm Howie,
and we're gonna see y'all on the next go round.
Peace.